Okay, so I'm hoping that you can see the screen, and I'm hoping that this is going to be working now. Oh, I've popped up again. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do a Polaroid lift. As you can probably see, this is one that I made earlier. What you need to do though for this is you'll need to have a new page, so you can create new page. I always go for a an A4. There's a nice A4, white background, 300 pixels per inch. Create that. You also need to open a picture. It's a bit slow this morning. I've got a nice picture of some blossoms that I took on a little walk, and I'm also going to have to get my Polaroid as well. So if I say open recent, I might be able to find it. There we go, lift number 1. So we need the 3 images. It doesn't matter that this image here is square and this is a rectangle. We can work on that later on. This is a blank Polaroid lift that I scanned in ages ago, and then so I was able to use it for anything that I wanted to. So now what we need to do is put all of these 2 layers on top of our untitled layer, or our background layer. So with the Polaroid first, we're going to Command and A to select all. Oh, hold on, my keyboard's gone to sleep. Yep. Oh, well, while it wakes up, just select all. It might work in a minute. And then you're going to copy it, and you're going to paste it. Command and V. Control and V, depending on what you want. My keyboard has still decided to stop working. You're then going to select all of this one, Command and A, copy, Command and C, and paste it. Command and V. Okay, so that's it there now. So you should have your background layer, your Polaroid layer. Again, it's not letting me work, is it? I'm just going to turn my keyboard back on. I have a wireless keyboard, and every so often it decides that it doesn't want to work for me anymore. Anyway, you can then move your layers around. So, for example, go back to this. Oh, it says connection lost on my keyboard. Okay, hopefully it will come back in a minute. And we're going to make this a bit more square shaped, really. So to do that with this, you're going to have to hit the shift button and drag. She says, oh, there we go. My keyboard is connected again now. There we go. So I'm just hitting the shift button to make it into more of a sort of square looking image. And now I can drag it out. It's kind of resized so it fits nicely in the middle of the page. Double click. And then with the other image, I'm just going to drag this out into just slightly over the corners, really. So it's got to go slightly over the corners. With the layer 2, so here we got Polaroid. Sorry guys, Polaroid, and then I'm just going to call it image. And there we go. And then this one should be on multiply, so you can see it through the actual background. And then once you see that, you can see the edges a little bit better on there. So just might need to make it right in there a little bit more. That's fine. Just push that up there a little bit more. Okay. Need it a little bit over, because what you're going to do now is you're going to use the liquify tool to then kind of move the image around. So you just double click on that, and then you're going to go up to filter, and you're going to find the liquify filter. And then here we now need to be able to move it all around. So you're going to use your finger, and you're going to use your finger to just keep pushing in right to the edges. So it is quite labour intensive. It's not like an instant sort of gratification hit. So you're going to have to keep dragging all the way to get right to the very edge. You can, here as well, you've got like the different types of masks. Here you can see the different, you can see your backdrop and all layers, you know, so you can just see your image if you want to, or you can just see the Polaroid. Actually, that's probably easier to bring it all in. So like here, just where I said, so show backdrop, make sure that you can see the Polaroid. This means you can just keep dragging this in. Now it's really important. You don't want to drag it, you don't want to push it up with the finger, because otherwise you're going to get this really weird sort of look on your picture. It's going to look really distorted. What you need to do is just keep pulling it all in. What you're going to do is you're going to pull all the edges in, and then once you've pulled all the edges in, you then go into the middle to do the creases. So, as I said, it is quite labour intensive. So I'm going to be quiet. You can just kind of fast forward in a little bit. Come back. You can zoom in a little bit as well. There you go. Might be able to see a little bit better. The hard ones are these bits here with the edges. It's very important you just keep dragging in. If you don't drag in, you're not going to get the right look. I hope you're all keeping safe out there. It's been beautiful weather the last few days, so I'm hoping that you're all just going into your Costa del back gardens, which is what we've been doing. We were quite busy the weekend, and we built all this Wendy house, which, you know, we thought, yeah, she'll go in there. And yeah, she spent about half an hour before she got bored, and so far today she's been on her iPad most of the day. Great. But hopefully the weather's a bit more warmer tomorrow, and I'm going to paint some cyanotype up tonight as well. So I'm going to get some nice processes on the go tomorrow. Might even attempt to paint some Gumby chromate as well. See how I get on tonight after I've made this video. I'm going to do this bit at the top. My eyes are a bit sore today. I've been marking. Still need to check out some blog posts by my HND second years. Ventured out today to go and get foods. You know, you think it's quite scary when you look at everything on social media, and it is really scary when you see all these poor people that are dying. But I actually met some really nice people. People were really friendly. Whether it's just that we're in Solihull, I don't know, but people were super friendly. People were like, you know, sort of obeying to the things, but it's hard when you're in a supermarket and you want to reach over to get a cucumber and there's people in the way. But people are friendly enough. Everyone's in the same boat, aren't they, really? Met some lovely people who worked in a care home, and you know, there was 4 of them. They all had 4 huge big trolleys worth of food. They've got a massive big fridge freezer. Oh, I don't even know if that's like a week's worth of food, bless them. But yeah, I hope this is taking some nice shape here actually. So where they've got these little creasy lines, you can kind of make these weird little kind of marks, because obviously it would crease it. I'll finish doing around here. Sorry, I'm distracting myself now. I should get this end bit done. Quite a lot of there actually, isn't there? I might actually just make the sides of my brush not that big. Actually, that's easier, isn't it? It's actually much easier. I've just increased the size of the brush to really make a big dent on this part of the page here, because it's quite but I don't want to take it too much, so I'll go down to a smaller brush in a minute. Okay, so take it back to, it's about 100 before. I think I could probably afford 150. Hold on. 50. Let's go back. That's easier. And push it all. It's really important that you've got to push it right to the edges of where the actual lift is, or else it won't look natural. Well, I say natural, it won't look authentic. That's a better word. Okay, I can always, oh, why is it stuck there? Okay, that's looking quite good actually. I'm just going to pull that back a little bit up there. And I'm going to take the finger down a little bit more so I can just kind of pull these little bits out where there's the creases, and just just a little bit less there. Try and make a little bit of a weird slidey movement through there where it would kind of almost crackle. Okay, well, I'm happy now with that. To be honest, I've never used any of these along here, so you're very welcome to have a go. I've had a go with some of the face liquidify beforehand, a bit of fun, but I think that will do us really. So if I click OK, you should see now that the Polaroid goes back into place, and then if you zoom right in, there's a few little edges there where I've missed. So I'm going to go back to the filter gallery, and I'm going to pull that back up there where I've missed it. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. Where, let's pull that around there. Here we go, just up here as you can see. So I'm going to just pull these edges in, up, fine tune it. There's another one. Okay, and here as well. Just drag these bits in here. And just drag these bits up. There we go. A little bit up there. And just drag that back a bit over there. Leave that. I'm going to try and make that a bit more smoother. There we go. That's better. Okay. Working nicely. This has come down a little bit too far now. I need a bigger brush, slightly bigger brush to pull onto the edge. There we go. Okay. There as well. And I think okay. There as well. Okay. I think that will definitely do it. Okay, click OK on that. Yeah, do you know what? I'm happy with that. Definitely. There's a nice little crease in it. Right then, so if you go back, you can fit through now. It's up to you, but I'll give it. I mean, I like a nice square crop, as we probably all know. So it's got nice even edges already. There you go. One Polaroid lift. Now, sometimes Polaroid lifts, they are a little bit paler. You lose a little bit of the colour density in it. So I'm just going to make it slightly lighter. because the paper would come through on it rather than because once you make it more translucent, so you got a bit more of a paper. And one of the other things, so then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into layers. I'm going to flatten my layers, flatten my image, and then I'm going to go into filter, and I'm going to go into camera raw filter. I love camera raw filter. There's some really good options in here, but what I'm going to do in here is just want to add a bit of texture really. So I'm going to add 20 texture, and I'm going to add a little bit of clarity, because we know I like a little bit of clarity, and that's just going to add a little bit more to the picture too. Okay, then I'm going to just add a tiny bit of saturation as well. Perfect. Okay, brilliant. Right, well there you go, and that's my little tutorial for today. And I'll say goodbye. Thank you very much.